Good morning. Hi, Francine. How are you?
Hi, Bobby. Can you hear me?
I can.
I'm good.
Oh, good. We got a good group showing up this morning. This is great. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. All right. Well, I'm going to shut my video off. I'm going to run and get some coffee, let people kind of uh, come into the group. So looks like I won't have to wait too long. This is great. Hi, Erin. I'm glad you are able to make it.
Yeah, I was just pulling out the driveway and you caught me perfect. So that's great. I'm glad.
Right on. Okay, yeah, we meet every Saturday.
Okay.
Anytime you can make it, make it.
Yes, for sure. I'm glad you told me that's I'm glad we know and I will schedule it.
Thank you. All
No,
right.
not a problem. Thank you.
Okay, give me 2 minutes and we'll come back and we'll get started. I'm just gonna grab some coffee.
That's important.
Yep.
Hey, Aaron, nice to see you again.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How's
Just
the how's Orange County? Good?
yeah, it's nice and busy all of a
Yes.
sudden. After
Good. That's
the minute
great.
the holidays died down, everybody came back outside.
Back at it. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and you're with, I'm sorry, which company are
For
you with
First
again?
American? First
First
American title?
American. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't recall. Thank you for reminding me.
No, not a problem. Anytime. It's all good.
Yeah, because I know Bobby, I think she wanted to talk about farming today, so that's great you're here.
Oh, no, for sure. That's what I was just backing out of the driveway. She caught me at a perfect time.
Good, good. Very good. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Just off the top of my head, if if I was to like look at a specific area, it's easy enough to pull stats out that say how many properties are here, how many homes are in this neighborhood, or how
Yes.
many
Yes.
sold over the last year, stuff like that,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And I can even do a turnover ratio for you also in that area. If you gave me an area, I can tell you, 300 homes on owner occupied, non-owner occupied. Turnover rate is 4%. Yeah, not a problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. I did all that work already.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
glad I know that
Yeah,
now.
no, for sure. You got any questions, you can text me or email me, and even on the weekends, and I'll do what I can for you. That's not a problem. But yeah, we can narrow it down just about to anything. It's pretty, the program we got is very well organized and very well put together for us to get listing or potential listings for you guys to try.
Nice. I like
So,
that. Very nice.
Hi guys, I'm Phil, and hopefully I'll be joining you guys
Hi,
this year.
Phil.
I've been studying for the test, but I'll be listening today because I'm working right now. But I'll be listening to the meeting.
All right.
all right.
Well,
Okay,
Nice,
good.
all right.
nice meeting you, Phil.
Nice meeting you too. Okay,
I know sometimes you just got to listen in because there's stuff happening and
Yeah.
can't have the camera on. You can't, there's too
Yeah,
much
no, I,
behind
I
you.
understand. I'm in a sweatshirt. I'm like, oh man, I'm not even dressed or nothing. I'm like, oh well.
I know. I just came back from a walk. I'm all sweaty but there's coffee.
That's important.
Coffee's very important.
Anything good this weekend or doing anything?
No, just a million things to take care of.
I know.
It's a busy get stuff done weekend.
Yep, I have a list of chores around here. So,
Yeah. You know how it is. You make a big list and you maybe get through half of it.
well, you know how
If
it
you're
is. You start,
lucky.
yes, exactly, and you start doing that list, and it somehow grows to other things.
Yeah.
I started cleaning out my garage cabinets, and that was a project that just led to other things.
Ooh,
So,
ooh, I feel you. The clean out projects are tough.
yeah. And I'm finding things that I've bought two or three times because I couldn't find it before. So that's frustrating to me. So we got like five tape measures.
Well, you can never have enough of those, really. Come on now.
Yeah, for sure.
one in every car.
That's about it. You're right. There is one in my car. That's funny you say that.
Of course, there's one in your car.
There is. That's for those IKEA trips or Lowe's or something like that. We always.
Yeah. Oh, for all you agents, maybe in the next couple weeks I'll have it ready. I wanted to show you guys a box that I put together for my car. That has like everything you could possibly need that I have needed in the past. I made a list of everything I should be putting in there as I've been putting stuff together. So it's not quite ready, but I'll show it to you guys when I'm done. Yeah, that moment of, oh God, I wish I had that, and you don't have it with you. Oh, that's happened to me so many times. I cannot express how many times. A while back, I just started with like some extra, like an extra shirt or extra shoes or whatever. But now I decided to put together a box. So we'll see how it goes.
So brilliant. Monica, you always have the greatest ideas. I just love what you add to this group. And
Well, that was
you know
just
what?
I'm bored and what am I going to do with my time project?
Yeah, but how many times have we actually has that happened? But to carry
Yeah.
that thought all the way home, to make a kit, to put in your car, I mean, that's the step that never happens, right? And we just deal with it every time we need that sold sign or that,
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so
Thank you.
we're gonna get started. I want to talk to you about farming. And I have to tell you, sometimes I take for granted what new agents and experienced agents, what kind of training that everyone's had. And I kind of assume that farming is something that everybody already knows about, which is my bad because I think that a lot of agents have never had any formal training on how to farm, what farming is, and how it should be incorporated as a regular activity in your day-to-day life as a real estate agent. A certain amount of your time has to be spent prospecting. This is one of those activities that is classified under prospecting. Prospecting is exactly what it sounds like. It is going out there and getting your assets. Just like prospecting for gold is, it's the same exact thing. You're going out there and you're getting your assets that are going to help your business grow. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley sent over a bunch of great resources, and I'm gonna send those to you as soon as we're done here. And then I also put together like a little workbook that AI put together for me. I think we also need to have a group on AI and how it can help you in your business because I've been using it for freaking everything, and it's just a wonderful tool. So let me get started here. First of all, do we have any questions to get started? Um, is everybody pretty much understand what farming is? You know what? I'm not going to assume anything. I'm just going to tell you. So farming is kind of like what it sounds like. You choose a plot of land or a certain area, a certain number of blocks, and you decide, could I get everybody to just mute your microphones? I hear something, I don't know what it is, but if you could just all mute. Let's see, I think I can do that for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it for you. All right, there you go. So farming is choosing an area, and usually it's along subdivision lines so that the homes in your farm area are going to be similar. They're going to have a similar demographic. They're going to have a similar psychographic. They're going to have similar activities. Everybody in that community is going to shop at the same place. Everybody in that area has kids around the same age. So, excuse me. So that when you choose the type of client that you want to work with, you can find that client in your farm area. Okay. So let me pull up my little guide here that I wrote here. Okay. So, so real estate farming is a proven strategy to establish yourself as the go-to expert in a specific community or neighborhood. And so what you're going to do is you're going to become the agent for that area. So there's a couple of things you want to do before you choose your area. And Monica actually has been doing this over the last week. Monica, could I get you to talk about how you decided on your area, or at least the steps that you're taking to find your area, and specifically the steps around making sure that this is an area that you want?
Yeah, hi Bobby. I was actually just talking with Erin about this because I do need to start marketing here in Orange County, and nobody knows me out here. I've done one deal out here, well, two actually in Orange County, but not in the area I'm in here. And Orange County is a little bit different than Riverside County or San Bernardino County. It's really dense, right? So it only takes me 20 minutes to get across the county from here to the beach. Now, if I want to go within the southern Orange County area, so there's a lot of cities around here, and they're kind of packed together. Everything's pretty close, so I can kind of pick where I want to go and where I want to market. And I'm kind of staying in the southern Orange County area below Irvine. If you guys know what Irvine is, it's like south of there. And looking at the different cities, the ones that I know, I was trying to figure out which ones I want to be in. And there's those that are kind of older and more mixed and lots of apartments. And I thought, no, there's ones that are really big, really huge areas. Like Mission Viejo is gargantuan. It's like 40,000 homes, 38,000 homes or something like that. And where I'm at here in Rancho Santa Margarita, it's kind of a very enclosed city. So I thought, well, I'll look here. And I was looking basically at the turnover rate, which is what Aaron said that he can pull up for us. So I didn't need to do any of that work.
I'm actually going to show you guys how to do that.
But basically the turnover rate means how often are the homes likely to sell, right? So if there's like, let's say really simplistic numbers, if there's 100 homes in a neighborhood and the turnover rate is 5%, then 5 of those homes are likely to sell within the next year, right? Problem was looking back at these numbers to figure out the turnover rate, you have to figure out how many homes are in that given area that you chose, right? And then how many sold last year. And then you divide the how many sold by how many homes, and you get your rate. Or you get a percentage. If you want to get a number, multiply that by 100. You guys know how percentages work. The problem is, if you look at last year's numbers, dismal everywhere. You can't get good information just from 1 year anymore. So I went back and looked at the last 8 years to get an average for the different areas around here. And when I first looked at Rancho Santa Margarita, I thought, oh, the numbers are really not that great. They're like 3 and 4,
Yeah.
3 to 4%. I'm like, what the hell is this?
So Monica,
Everywhere.
let me ask you, what is a good number? What
Well,
number were you
everywhere I
looking for?
looked, it said you want a number somewhere between 6 and 7 and up from there. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds good. But I wasn't able to find that here. So I started looking at the other cities around here, and I thought none of them have it either. I mean, like the average in Orange County, and probably because of the price of the homes and the recent difficulty with just being able to afford homes, generally speaking, at these prices, people aren't moving as often. So the average rates that I saw were anywhere between 2 to 3 for Orange County. And that's over the last 8 years.
If you can find 4% right now, that's a high right now.
Well, I was thrilled to see that it wasn't just this neighborhood, that it was everywhere. And so then I went back and I looked at the communities within this area a little bit more closely. And I actually found that the numbers here were closer to 3. What was it? 3. Hold on. I did it yesterday. Okay. Interest number 3.07. And the only other areas near to me, because look, I don't know if you guys can see this map here. That's South Orange County right here. These are the different cities in South Orange County. That big one, that's Irvine, right? So everything south of here is what I've been looking at. And what I found that there were only like 3 other cities that were better numbers than the one I'm in. One is Dana Point, and that's just a little far for me to the beach. It's like a good 25-minute ride from here.
Right.
Coto de Caza, which is really close by, very upscale neighborhood, like about 2.5 million homes. I mean, price-wise, 2.5 million, but it's a gated neighborhood. And I mean like security gated, not just gates. You know, like you ain't getting in there unless someone invited you. And so that's not very good for marketing because I need to be able to go in there and go door knocking or drop stuff off and things like that. I can't do everything by mail, it's too expensive. So this area here and Trabuco Canyon area, which is really close to me here, has numbers that are just above 3. And that's honestly the best I've seen. Everywhere else, it's at somewhere between 2 to 5, 2 to 3, or lower.
Yeah. So what I loved about that story is that Monica took the time to actually do the research to analyze the stats in each of these little neighborhoods to find out which would be the very best for her. And if you notice, she took 3 factors into consideration. Number 1, turnover rate. How quickly are those homes selling? Number 2, proximity to her. How far is it going to take her to drive to her new farm area? And number 3, how easily is it going to be to get into that neighborhood? Is it gated? Is it not gated? So that's what I wanted to illustrate to you all, for you to know the steps that you want to take in order to decide what your farm area is, because it's not just about, oh, it's across the street from me, and you know, I can walk it. You know, there's more factors that you want to take into consideration. If you start farming an area that has a turnover rate of maybe 1 out of every 100 homes are selling, you do the math. You know, that's in 1 year. If you have a turnover rate of 1, that means 1 house in every 100 are selling. So if you wanted to sell 12 homes in the next year, you're going to have to market to 1,200 homes. That's just math. That's just, you know, simple math. So let me show
And
you.
something else to consider too, which I haven't actually looked up yet, to
Mhm.
really identify a smaller area, because I'm trying to keep it to like 500 to 1,000 home area. Otherwise, it's just too much, and I can't afford to market to something that has 5,000 homes. You know what I mean? Is take a look in the MLS and see if other agents are selling there. I mean, like if there's a specific agent that tends to continue selling there.
You know
That
what?
I haven't
Right.
looked up yet. And so just
Right.
seeing if there's competition. Here where I am, I'm not noticing like one specific agent all the time when I look around, or for things from things I get in the mail or something like that. So that's good. There's not like the guy for the area here.
Right.
But in some other neighborhoods, there might be. And I looked at, for example, the neighborhood where I had sold my mom's house. The numbers were not very good there, so I kind of gave up on it quickly. But another factor was that there was a guy there that's been selling that neighborhood for the last 35 years, and everyone knows him.
Yep.
And he's on the board of the area and blah, blah, blah. So, like,
Mhm.
you'd be competing against all those years of him putting his name out there.
So actually, if we were going to express that numerically, there's 5 factors that you should look at before you choose your farm area, right? So you have proximity, you have turnover rate, you have the ability to get inside there. You have the, are there other agents that are working that area? Did I miss?
And I would say demographics, if it's a
Yes.
neighborhood that's
Demographics, right.
full of young people or full of, 55 plus, type senior citizens. Is it low income, moderate, average for the area, high income, things like that make a difference in who you're going to be working with.
Well,
And
actually, and if it just needs to match your own personal preference for your
Yeah.
demographic. So it can be 55 and older if that is your preferred demographic. But if your preferred is mid 30s, then why are you farming in a 55 plus? So just making sure they match. So it doesn't matter what they are, just make sure they match yours. Okay, so I'm going to give you some tools to figure out some of these things so that it's easy for you to get this information so that you can choose your farm area. The first one is
Hey, Bobby, I'm
yes.
gonna chime in. I've dropped some items in the chat for you guys as well, if you guys can check those out. I also have a whole entire worksheet that I can drop at the end that will help you guys work through all of these things to better identify your farm. That includes demographics, competition, all of that. So I have something already formulated for you guys that I will drop at the end, just so you know. So just pay attention to what's in the chat.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I also created one that I'm looking at right now. I'll send that to you too. But thank you, Ashley. Ashley did so much work in finding some great material for you guys. So thank you so much, Ashley. Okay, so the first one is we want to review the recent sales trends. We just want to know how homes are selling. So if we look at this, okay. Oh, here we go. We look at this and I'll show you where to get this information. If you look over here at the little stats right here, all I did is I went into InfoSparks. Have any of you gone into InfoSparks in your MLS?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad someone has. It can be a little intimidating, but if you know what you're looking for and you know what to do, it's really quite simple. So this, I chose Orange County, and I'm just looking at residential, single family. It has detached and attached. I put attached. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And then all sales. And I did it over a 5-year period. And it has a couple of different options here. You can look at the sales over 1 year. And it can look at a rolling average. So what a rolling average does is that the past 12 months will change with every month that passes, right? So it'll have the past 12 months, but it'll even out those seasonality differences. So instead of getting a graph that looks like this, you'll get one that's a little bit more smooth. So I put a 12-month rolling average and then over the past 5 years. So I can see the sales trends in Orange County in this area. And I put the area covered by the Orange County Association. And this was just for demonstration purposes. So what you're going to get over here is you're going to get the average sales price. So you want to know the average sales price in the area that you're farming because you want to make sure it's the average sales price that you want to work in. So for example, where I'm sitting right here, the average sale price is well below 300,000 because these are all mobile homes. So you don't want to be in an area where you don't want to sell the properties. So make sure it's in this price point that you want to be working. Okay. So that's how to find that, the average sales price. You go to InfoSparks and then you look at I use the same data, Orange County Association, residential, single family, attached, all sides of each sales. And then I looked at all bedrooms too. And then I looked at the 5-year average, 12-month rolling average of the turnover rate. And this is identified by closed sales. So down here, if you notice up here, I clicked on sales price. And down here, I'm clicking on closed sales. So this right here will give you, the turnover rate. So if you look over here, it says 3.5. And is it on the rise? I'm sorry, I can't read without my glasses. I think it says 3.5. Anyway, that's how you find your turnover rate in InfoSparks.
And you can designate an area that's smaller than that, by the way, you guys. It doesn't have to be by county. You can draw it on a map. You can put a zip code, a city, whatever
Mhm.
you want.
Yeah. So, but I want you to try and use this tool. This is a free tool that we get just by virtue of being a member of your association. Thank you. Oh my gosh, glasses just appeared. Okay. All right. Yeah, 3.5 and it's plus 3.5. So that's a good that's a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here. But so those are the 5 things that you need to consider before choosing your farm area. Once you've chosen a farm area, you want to choose an area that is that matches with your sales goals, right? So using that turnover rate and using the size of your farm area, you're going to calculate back from your sales goal. So let's say you have a sales goal of I want to close 9 sites. And I want you to get used to expressing your sales in terms of sides, because you can actually make double what you want by just simply representing both sides, because you're making double the money, right? So I want you to start getting used to expressing your sales in terms of sides. So you want to close 9 sides. So that means maybe you do 4 deals, double ending, and 1 side of another deal, right? So, and plus, InfoSparks does allow you to express it in terms of sides. So we want to close 9 sides, right? So if the turnover rate is, we'll use the average 3, that means 3 homes in every 100 have sold in the last year. So if you wanted to close 9, then you would need to farm an area that's 300 homes. Is anyone confused at how I got that? Because I want to make sure you understand it. Okay, by the silence, I'm assuming that you all understand that. Good. All right, so you're going to have to choose a farm area that's 300 homes. And when you start farming, this is something that you can't go, oh, I chose my farm area. I went and I did I left a gift and a flyer at every single door in January, and then I don't go back ever. It's not something like that. It's something that you have to show some consistency. If you go and drop off a Happy New Year's, I'm your neighborhood realtor. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in January. Then I better hope to see that you're back in February. You know, people have a short attention span, right? Now, with the tools that we have today, and particularly a CRM that I am beta testing right now. Monica's also beta testing another CRM. But these CRMs, when you put a name into the database, it actually searches the internet for that person and will give you their social media accounts, anything that's found on the internet. It's going to pull up as much information about that person as it can find. And with AI, the sky is the limit, my friends. So what you want to do is you want to call Aaron first. That's the first step. Once you identify the area, and you're going to say, Aaron, I need a list of all the people in this area, this 4-block area, whatever it is. Aaron's going to give you a list. He's going to give you mailing labels. He's going to give you whatever the heck you want. I think he can even get phone numbers. He's going to get you all the information of all those people. So you're going to be able to actually upload that into your CRM. The CRM is going to do its work and find these people on the internet, get you all the information it can so that you can actually create a group or reach out to all these people on your social media accounts, connect with them so that your marketing can not only be to their front door, but it can be in their social media accounts as well. And once you start becoming known with the community, that's when the magic starts happening. Once one sign is seen in that neighborhood, the neighbors see it and they're like, oh, how did you like using that agent? Oh, good experience? Well, that's great. And not only that, once you get your first listing in that farm area, this is when you really want to go to work, because every person, when they hire an agent, they want to see that agent working their tail off. They don't want to see a sign go up and then a sign come down. I mean, quickly, that's good, but the longer your sign is up, the more people are going to see it. But when that sign goes up, that's when you go to work. That's when you're inviting everybody to the open house. Now, I'm going to add a caveat there. We're going to be talking about the new laws around open houses in a future segment. But for now, for farming purposes, I'm just going to say you're going to start letting that neighborhood, that farm area know that there's an open house, what you have it listed for, what you've done for that client, everything. You're going to use this as your resume, because you're going to show all of those other owners what you do as an agent, how hard you work for your clients. And you're going to do that by dropping something off at their door during that entire listing period. Does that make sense? So that they can see, oh my God, if I hire this person, they're going to be doing this for me. So this is your opportunity. And really, real estate is all about not missing opportunities, right? Okay. So that is farming. Does anyone have any questions? Monica?
Erin, you were saying before there's some other information you can give us if we have a farm area. What is that?
On farming, there's not much we can't do. The phone numbers, unfortunately, I am not allowed to give out, but we do have a program that you can purchase the phone numbers for 8 cents per house per phone number for the phone numbers. So I got a way I can show you how to pull up email addresses or phone numbers if you wanted to go in that detail. Unfortunately, I can't do it just because it's a violation on my part. So, but I can show you how to get those. Not a problem at all. On farming, though, like she was saying, there's not much we can't do. We can do odd addresses, even addresses, bedroom, bathrooms, owner occupied, non-owner occupied, foreclosure, time in a house, square footage, 2-story, bedroom, bathrooms, lot square footage, pools. We can do different nationalities if you're wanting to target a specific nationality. There's not much I can't help you to narrow it. We also, like Bobby was talking about on the farming, we have what they call hot movers, which is I like to push to people. Now, like Bobby said, it depends how much you work your farm on your productivity, the bottom line. Just like me, it's how hard I'm out there knocking on doors and meeting with you and trying to help you. So it's the same thing to a point. I'm doing what you guys are doing to a point. On the hot movers, you guys give me, say, a radius area or streets. We pull up 300 homes. We can narrow that down what they call hot movers out of that 300. A hot mover is AI generated. It pulls off 26 different entities, and there's a 75% chance that 3 people in that hot movers farm are selling over the next 24 months. Now, what it does, it's pulling up AI information. People that are Googling, how much is my house worth? They're Googling realtors. They're Googling houses to buy. It's generating them onto this list because they're triggering something in real estate. So that if that's my push. Hot movers is the hot item. If
Amazing,
that I can push on
honestly.
you guys. What's that?
I said that's amazing that you can pull that. That's great.
Yes. And like I said, there's no charge on that. And I can get you guys signed up on our farming program. It's not going to cost you anything. I'll sit with you 20 times, no big deal. And you guys can run it yourself. I can run it for you. That's not a problem. I'm here to help you. That's my job. I'm here to help you. And you guys succeed, I succeed, the bottom line. So whatever I can do to help you move forward, it helps me move forward. And we build a relationship together. But there's not much we can't do. Like I said, I can run by zip codes, blocks, odd, even, just about anything but color. I can't do color of houses. We on this program, you can also generate your farm, you can send it out to Facebook, to your Facebook. You can Facebook that area, 1,000 homes. And that cost, I think Facebook, it'll run for 10 days. It'll cost you $75, but that's Facebook. I have no control of that. I'm sorry. But like I said, just prospecting is huge, huge. And like Bobby said, and Monica talked about also, on doing your farm for mail outs, for walking, dropping things off, I would not do over 300 because you get much bigger than 300. Your call, it's a bigger area and it's harder to stay on top of monthly or weekly or however you do it. So,
Yeah.
but
Thank you.
I'm here for you. Any questions, you please call me the weekend. I'm here for you.
Okay, so thank you, Aaron. I'm so glad that you were able to come and that I caught you before you left.
No, I'm
And-
glad too, and I will do what I can to be there on Saturday for you guys. But like I said, please call me. You can call me at night if you got questions or concerns, and if I don't know the answer, I will get an answer. So not a problem.
But what I'd like to see all of you do over this next week, before next week, because I want everybody to report back what their farm area is. I want to know what areas you are farming so that I could put it on a map and see where our coverage is, you know, our hyper local coverage is. So also I want you all to meet with Aaron, at least give him a phone call or an email. But ideally, what I'd like you to do is meet with him, get the online tools, and get that uploaded into your phone or downloaded into your phone so that you have these amazing free tools to go out into the world and do your job. Because I know for a fact I have two of them. There's the property profile that you can pull. You can pull any home's profile just by the address. So, and it's all across the United States because I've done that. You can drive by a house. It looks abandoned. It looks like maybe, you know, something you could sell to an investor. And those are quick deals to make too. You can reach out to the owner because you have the owner's information, write them a letter, send them an email, call them, whatever, and say, look, I have a buyer for your house. And if they're interested, then you can put that deal together in a matter of hours and have that house sold. You know, I use that a lot when I was working in the mountains because there's a lot of mountain homes that people own that they haven't visited in years. Now they're deteriorating. The people are, maybe they were owned by a grandparent, that grandparent died, and that house is just sitting there. So you bringing that information to their attention, hey, I just went by the house that you own. I do have a buyer. Would you be interested in hearing their offer? That's all. I mean, come on. That's like 2 minutes work and it could net you the commission on that sale. And you're working both sides, right? Because, you know, they don't have an agent. You have your investor. So that's the kind of things you can do with these tools. You can look up any home and find out the owner, you know, if are they off-site, are they on-site, the details about the house,
And Bobby, if
behind on taxes. Yes.
like even just the basic, does the homeowner live there or not? Is it a rental property or do they live there? That's kind of a big one because it depends on what you want to drop off. Like you could just drop off, for example, a generic, you know, door hanger that introduces you or something like that, or a newsletter that's for everybody. But if you wanted to do something a little more specific towards who you think are renters there, people who are tenants, who
Yeah.
might want to move into their own home someday or maybe buy that one, that's probably a different flyer than to a person who lives there and that's their property and they're been there for 10 years.
Amen.
Very, very different.
Yeah. And you want to be able to capture as many people as possible. And trust me, if you have a long-time renter and you want to get rid of that house, the first person you're going to market it to is the person who's already renting it. They already know everything about it. There's no moving that's involved. So yes, absolutely. If you get this farm list and you see and you ask Aaron, I want two lists. I want one that are owner occupants and I want one that are possible renters, probable renters, so that you can drop off the right material to the right person. It's really it's like anti-advertising if you are dropping off the wrong type of marketing to the wrong type of person. If you say if you drop off a homeowner piece to a renter, that's like saying I don't really know that much about you and I don't care to know that much about you because it's so easy to find that information out to get them the right material that making those kinds of mistakes is actually stepping you backwards. It's not moving you forward at all. Um, that's how I look at things, and I think that's how a lot of people look at things. If you don't even know who the hell I am, then you're not really doing the work. So know who you're marketing to. Ideally, you want to upload all of these contacts into your CRM and you want to touch each person in one way or another no less than monthly, no less than monthly. And some you're going to want to reach out if you can identify their social pages, reach out using social media. I mean, that's the easiest, the quickest, and the cheapest. Monica, did you have
A quick one. So in the last neighborhood I lived in Aliso Viejo, it was a condominium complex. And every month I would find on our little gate a newsletter from an agent. It was the same agent. He dropped it off every single month. The newsletter looked stupid. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy. It was like on color paper. It was pretty basic, black and white. Didn't have great articles or information or whatever. But it was that and his flyer with his recent sales and stuff like that attached, right? But he did it consistently every single month. I never forgot about that guy because it was there every single month. And he never came to our door. He never mailed anything. That's all he did. But when you saw the list of homes that he sold in that neighborhood, it was like boom, 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 boom. He was like mad selling in that neighborhood. Crazy amount of sales in that neighborhood. Why? Because he probably just did it consistently every single month for probably the last 5 years. Who knows how long? You know? And I was gonna mention like if you're trying to hit them 12 times a year, or at least that's the easiest way to make sure you hit everybody once a month is a newsletter. It's make something simple. It doesn't matter. You have a whole month to put something on one piece of paper. That's not going to take that long. And drop it off. I don't have the money to mail stuff because, quite frankly, it's really expensive to mail anything. And if I had to send out 300 mailers every month, that would get really, really expensive for me. But I can walk and I can drop stuff off, and maybe you get a chance to meet people in the meantime.
Yeah.
Or you could do a postcard maybe like just twice a year, or if you do get a listing or you do an open house for somebody else in that neighborhood, then you can, market for that reason. There's many different ways that you could like put yourself out there, but at least a newsletter gives you the opportunity to have something to bring them every single month.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you can also
I
highlight.
can't hear you, Erin.
To tell you also on this, just to let you know, like you were talking about trying to build a relationship on this farm. Also, we have what they call anniversary. You can click anniversaries. It'll show you everybody in this month, the month of January, for example, who bought. So that's a reason you can go to them. Hey, congratulations. You've been here 10 years this month. You know what? You can drop something off and it'll do everybody in your farm that month of anniversary. So it's another thing to get you in front of somebody and a little more personal. So, and like I said, that's real easy. I can show you how to do it, and that narrows your farm down. It might only be 10 people, 5 people, but it'll give you a little inside door. And that goes back to Bobby. You know something about them.
Yeah.
So you know their name, they're renting it or they own it. And you can tell, hey, you've been there 5 years, you've been there 9 years. And, so just something to think about. Please, though, reach out to me if you can. I'll help you get started in an area. We can sit down. Not a problem. I'm here for you.
What's your number, Erin?
951-743-4356.
Perfect.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we have 1 minute left. I just want to wrap up with this. The assignment for this week is identify your farm area and reach out to Erin. Those are the two things. If you keep up with every assignment that I give you on Saturdays for this year, I will guarantee you, and I'd even place a bet on this, but I will guarantee you're going
How
to
much?
reach your goal. I know, right? I'll bet my coat. But I will guarantee you, you will meet your goal. I promise you. So, those are the two assignments, and I would like you to email me your farm area, and I'll be in touch with Aaron to see how many people he was able to meet with. The other tool that is free that Aaron can get you set up with is a tool to help you identify the net proceeds from any sale or the payment amount. So those are great tools when you're talking to people and they say, well, if I sold this house, what am I likely to walk away with? That's everyone's number one question when they're selling. So if you have the tool on your phone to just, it would be this much, then you're going to be miles ahead of anyone else. All right. Well, thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. And I want to see you all do really, really great this year. And we have everything we need to do that. So let's do it. All right. See you next week.
Thank you, and thank you, Erin.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for everything.
Thank you,
Bye.
Erin.
Hey,
Bye.
Ashley, would
What's
would
up?
you mind also being if you could shoot everyone a quick email with those
Yes,
items that you had in the chat, in
Yes.
case anybody didn't get a chance to download them?
yes, definitely will.
And Aaron's phone number.
Okay, okay.
Not a problem, you guys. And I'm in the office once a week off stuff. So if you need something, please let me know. If you got an open house coming up, and I got open house kits to help you out and everything else, let me know.
Okay.
Erin, can you run by your phone number one more time?
Yeah, for sure. It's 951
Uh-huh.
743 4356.
Perfect. Thank you.
No, not a problem. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
All right. Everybody's staying for class. Just hang on and we'll get started in a minute.
How do you exit?
There should be a leave, a little.
You just stay.
Damn it.
Hello, everyone. So we have Jasmine, Ashley, Phil. Okay, so nobody else. I'm really surprised. We do have a new student. Her name's Adriana, but maybe she's just not familiar with where to log in or anything. So
Well, I emailed her and I asked her for her email and I emailed her twice and it bounced back. And it's what
Oh.
she gave me, so I'm not too sure. I don't know if you want to maybe direct message her or I
I'll
don't know.
see. Yeah, you know what? Let me do that. Um, okay.
Because if you know what, if you can give me an updated list on who the students are right now, because I don't have that, like names and phone numbers. So I can put
They're all in the group, the phone group. All of them,
No, but I need emails if I'm trying. I
you
I
know,
don't know who the people are.
you need a like a roster.
Yeah,
So let me work on that today for you. Thank you
okay.
so much. I just wanted to make sure everything you said, shared, nothing has Keller
No,
Williams on it. Okay, good.
no,
I didn't think you would do that, but
no,
um,
no. The graphics were all general graphics that I took screenshots of. Um, that were just generic. And then the other thing was something I built off of Chat GPT and I recreated. So no.
you are using it too. You know, I built a little workbook, and that I got too tired and I couldn't finish it. That's what I was going to share, but I
If
want to
you
send
look at
it.
the worksheet I submitted,
Yeah,
it's in the chat. It basically covers like what we were talking about. So I think
yeah,
that should be,
I think that's enough.
yeah,
Yeah, so thank you for all of that. That was freaking wonderful.
no problem.
Great. So let's switch gears. Let me text her real fast. Her name
Okay.
Adriana Castro. Okay. Hello, Adriana. We are Oh, and you know what? We have Tanae and Sasha who are not here. We are starting class. Please log in using the link. Also, looks like your email address is bad. Can you resend? Okay, I'm gonna send a little note to Sasha and to Tanae. Sasha's putting her stuff on fast track.
Mhm.
She really wants to get done, so I love
Yeah, that's
that.
good.
Okay. All right. I just sent that to them, so we'll see. All right. So did you have any questions, Ashley or Phil?
No questions. I still need to register for my test. I've just been swamped in work that I
Okay.
haven't.
So
But
let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and I'm going to show you how
No,
to do
no
it.
question. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
good. Okay.
well, I'm going to go over how to register for your test. So
okay.
let's do that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're just going to walk through the simple steps.
Yeah. Because I went and looked briefly the other day and I was like, I think I'm in the right area based off what you told me. But if you can at least click and point, that would just so I can see.
You know what? Anytime you're doing something new, it's always nice if somebody walks through it with.
Yeah. Because I use that on the right where it says apply for your exam. Is
Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create an e-licensing account. That's
okay.
your account to the DRE. You're going to use that throughout your career. So
Okay.
if you create it now, then you have that kind of out of the way. That is also going to be how you're going to schedule your exam. So
Okay.
number one, we are going to let's get the application form first. So we're going to go up here to examinees. And we're going to click on taking the exam. Okay, so it's going to talk about the time, the format, the method, acceptable forms of ID, because you're going to have to bring ID,
Okay.
examination control information, conduct penalties. Now, when you get in there, oh, Tanya's okay. Well, she doesn't really need this, but hey, Tanya. Um, notification of your results and what do you do if you have to retake the exam. Now, there's
Okay.
two fees that you're going to have to pay when you submit your application. So there's the application is really two parts. first, you're applying to take the exam. Second, you're applying for your actual license. Now, you can submit the application to take your exam without the other piece, but
Mhm.
that's going to double your work because once you pass the exam, now you have to apply for your license.
Mm.
So I always recommend just apply for everything all at once, both pieces. And that's going to be on your application. So the time it takes, the salesperson exam is 3 hours. The broker exam is 4 hours. And guess what? Your broker's exam is the salesperson's exam plus 1 extra hour of broker stuff. So if you pass the salesperson exam, it's highly likely that you'll be able to pass the broker's exam. So don't stop at salesperson. If you want to go on and get your broker's license, then freaking do it. It's
Mm.
not going to hurt you. Um, the benefits of having a broker's exam is that you can transact real estate.
Yeah, you
You're
know, oversight.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not signing on behalf of anyone but yourself. Now,
Correct.
there are insurance requirements and all that. Some people prefer to have a broker's license, but work under a broker because
Mhm.
then the broker takes care of all your insurance, all the BS that comes with it. So it's up to you, whatever your career goals are. So the format. Now, the examinations are conducted in Fresno, La Palma, Oakland, Sacramento, San Diego. I took mine in La Palma once and then in San Diego once. Those are pretty much the closest. Fresno, Oakland, and Sacramento are kind of far. So you're probably going to choose one of those locations. Both are about the same distance away. They have two examinations. They have one that starts at 8 a.m. and they have one that starts at 1 p.m. I recommend, and this is just me, but I recommend taking the afternoon exam, going the night before, getting a hotel, getting your head space right for exam taking. And that means, the night before, do a little, study.
Mhm.
But then when you get up in the morning, you relax. You
Mhm.
have a nice breakfast. You plan your route to the examination location. You do some meditation, and just get yourself in that correct space. Okay. Oh, Sasha's here. Um, so that's what I recommend. Everybody can do it the way they want to, but that's my
Mhm.
Okay. So the examinations are given in multiple choice format. Answers are selected from 4 choices. Now, what I really want you to know is they're going to give you 4 answers that are probably all correct. And that's how they get you. So what you're going to want to focus on, which is the most correct, which is
Mhm.
going to net the best outcome. So don't try and say, oh, which is the correct one? And these have to be incorrect. No, 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 no. Accept the fact that all 4 may be the correct answer, but you're going to choose the best answer that's going to net the best outcome. So follow the question all the way through and kind of
Mhm.
go through each one of the answers. What is going to be the best outcome? Okay. All right. You're going to have ID. The best, acceptable forms are either your driver's license or a passport, or if you were in the military, of course, your military identification. There's nothing else that's going to be accepted. So if you don't have those, then get it, I guess. For security reasons, the following items are not allowed in the test area. But that doesn't mean you can't bring them into the building. What they're going to do is they're going to give you a key that fits a locker. You're going to open the locker, put your things in, and keep your key with you so that it's perfectly secure. You're going to want to turn off your cell phone because the one thing they do not want to hear is your cell phone going off in the locker. So just turn it off. Try not to bring anything too big because it's not going to fit in the locker. All right. You can read through these conduct penalties, but basically, be honest,
Yeah.
and that pretty much covers everything. Okay, what are they going to, what score is going to get you a passing score? If you're taking the salesperson's exam, you have to get 70% correct. If you're taking the broker, it's 75. They just want you to be a little smarter if you're a broker. And then what happens when you're done taking the exam? This is how it's going to go. You're going to raise your hand. They're going to come to you. They're going to collect your papers because you'll have some scratch paper and a pencil, I do believe. They're going to collect your items. They're going to say thank you, and you're going to walk out of the exam room back to the registration desk. At the registration desk, they're going to hand you a folded piece of paper. They're going to tell you, please do not open this until you're out of the building.
Oh
And
my gosh.
they mean it. And that's going to be your score. So if you pass and you've applied for your license with the application for your exam,
Hmm.
you're immediately licensed. Like the moment
Nice.
you pass, I'm licensed. You can print your cards, you can go out and sell real estate immediately. And your exam, I mean, your application, if you've designated your broker, then you're going to
Hmm.
put that on your application. So clear, 100%, once you pass, you're ready to transact.
Okay.
Yeah, because everything will have been done. And I always recommend doing it that way. So there's no little bits and pieces that you still have to do
Sure.
once you pass the exam. Once you pass the exam, you're good to go. So, I've noticed though, I've taken enough tests that if they hand you the piece of paper with a big smile, here you go, don't open it until you get out of the building, you probably passed. If they hand it to you like this, please don't open it until you the building. Then you probably didn't pass. I don't know why they do that. They just do. And maybe it's human nature. Who knows? But anyway, just get out of that building as fast as you can and open that paper. What if you don't pass? Please do not let it get to you. Most people who take the exam do not pass on the first take. I didn't pass on my first take. Either one. I didn't pass the broker or the salesperson's exam. It took me a couple of tries. Mostly that's because I'm not a preparer. But anyway, if you pass, wonderful. If you don't, then immediately get on your phone and reschedule that exam.
Okay.
There'll be a test fee that you'll have to pay, but it's not as much as the first testing fee. I think it's like 25 or $30. So don't worry about it. Just, get back up on that horse as quickly as possible. You can't sit in it. You can't think about it. You
Yeah.
have to start moving towards, this is what I'm doing now. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
So it's not a big deal. All right. So I'm going to open the examination application. Okay, these are for if you need to change your
Retake.
exam or retake it, yeah. So the application for exam and your application for your salesperson license is right here. So let's go to
Well, on the homepage, there's a whole area that says apply for your license. So maybe right there, apply for your in the yellow. That.
thank you. So, yeah, once you get to this page, if you do not have an e-licensing logon, you want to go ahead and create your account. So, do you have an account already applied or licensed, but need an account, applying for an exam, and don't have an account? So, you would click here,
Okay.
register, apply.
Got it.
When we click there, you're going to read all this. These are the terms and conditions. You just accept that. And then you just enter in all your
Sure.
information here. So I'm just going to cancel that because that's easy.
Yeah.
Now, to apply for your exam, there's two ways you can do it. No, there's one way. You have to mail in that paper. You can't apply online unless they've changed that. Tanya, do you know? You're muted. I'm sorry, did I mess you up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I applied online.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't remember billing anything for
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But
Well,
it's
if
been
you
a
can,
while 'cause I'm taking my renewal.
So then what I'll do is I'll go through that and then I'll go through the steps to set this up and then apply. And then if I get stuck, I can just text you or call you or something.
yeah.
Or you could ask me Monday, actually, or two, whenever you come in,
Perfect. Or maybe I'll just do it Monday when I'm there with all of you guys and we can just
or
Yeah.
walk
Tuesday.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect. And then this is what the application looks like. Let me just go through it
Okay.
because there's a couple of confusing parts.
Okay.
So you're going to, I'm in the forms section right here.
Mhm.
You're going to, and whether it's online or on paper, it's going to be the same damn question. So,
Well, because they will need those certificates that I got after doing the classes, correct?
yeah. And if it's
Okay.
online, you'll just upload them.
Upload them. Okay.
And if it's paper, you'll just print them,
Sure.
So to take your exam, you're going to use the RE. Oh, okay. Yeah, so some are where you can apply online and do it,
Mhm.
and then some are print only. So
Okay.
exam license application checklist and exam applicant license, non-licensed. Okay, salesperson examination application. So we're gonna click there. And this is okay, e-licensing for, okay. Sign in, create, okay, and they have a little video. Okay, so you're gonna complete this to apply for your exam.
Mhm.
Um, Okay, this looks pretty. Okay, when you get down here, it says
Uh-huh.
exam area preference. So once your exam application is accepted and you're allowed to schedule your exam, you want to choose here. It says, when you are qualified for the examination, would you prefer to use e-licensing to schedule your own examination date? Hit yes. Don't
Okay.
let them schedule it for you. So
Okay.
if you click yes here, then they're just going to send you a notification saying that you may now go into e-licensing and schedule your exam. And then
Okay.
once you go in, it'll have different dates, different locations, and you'll self-schedule so that
Okay.
you can pick the date that you want. I think that's the only place that I wanted to show you. And then the fees for the exam and for the license are right. Oh, well, here's a checklist.
Bobby, what are the fees now? 'Cause I
I
know they
know,
just
that's what I was going to look for.
up this January or something. I just saw
I
that.
think the form above the one you clicked said fees, so it'll
Okay.
probably list them out.
I think they went up.
The very first one?
Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm sure they went up. Okay, so to take the exam, it's $100.
$100. Okay.
Oh my God, to retake the exam is the same amount now. It used to be
Uh,
cheaper,
Oh, wow.
re-exam. So you know what? Make sure you're ready. It used to be like $25.
uh-huh.
Oh no,
Okay.
here it is, rescheduled exam. Well, that doesn't make sense. It's $40. Okay, so another thing you need to do is you need to go once you okay, it says it right here, fingerprints. Applicants have the option of getting their fingerprints taken after they have submitted their exam application or after passing. So once you complete your application for the exam,
Mhm.
go to any kind of place that does fingerprinting and
Mhm.
and there's a certain type that you have to get, but with your exam application, there'll be the paper that you take in there. That
Mhm.
tells them where to send your results. So
Okay.
just to save time, you'll want to get that done as soon as you apply for the exam. And
Okay.
then I think it's like it says here $49
The last.
to get your
Yeah.
fingerprints. So just to
Honestly,
save
I
time.
think Giroux School is even running fingerprints right now. So if it's a database thing where I wonder if I could do it there or no, is that different?
Ask them, you might be able to. Yeah,
'Cause
if
I think
it's if it's just regular fingerprinting, I don't see why there'd be a difference, but be sure and ask.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so to get your salesperson license, it's $350. 49 for the fingerprint, and then total due to the DRE is $399. And then you would also pay the exam fee, which is 100
so then when I
before
schedule my
99.
exam, I should be prepared to pay $499.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Okay.
yep. So it's
So,
not cheap.
okay.
It's not cheap.
And
And then
that's when
once,
you submit your stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
And then once you pass the exam, if you've paid for everything up front and you're walking out of the place fully licensed,
hmm
and the next step is that you choose your association that you want to be affiliated with. We're members of quite a few, so you can
Yeah,
county, you can do Citrus Valley, you can do TIGAR, you can do IVAR,
yeah.
and I don't think I'm a member of the Coachella Valley, but anyway, any one of those four would be good for you.
Okay.
And choose an association based on what they offer. You know, if you notice that one association is offering better classes, more
Mhm.
online classes, more Zoom classes, more, whatever, choose using that method, not
Okay.
necessarily, the
What's closest?
or the closest. Yeah, look at, yeah. You want to be able to go in sometime. And then that once you have your association membership, that's who facilitates your MLS
Ah,
password and login and your
okay.
card access for your forms.
And you
So
might
that's
want,
where you'll get that.
there's a fee to join that association too, and it's quite hefty.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is only
It's
a drop in the bucket compared to your association fees. So let me go ahead. As long as we're talking about it, let's talk about it. Unless there are anyone with questions. Tanae, did you have any questions that you wanted to ask, Sasha?
Um, I think I kind of missed. I just heard you say that altogether for it would be like 400 and something, so that's like with everything that you would need.
Yeah, so that's to apply for your exam and to pay your license fee so that once you pass your exam, as soon as you get your passing score, you're licensed, you're ready to transact real estate. There's nothing more you need to do. So, except for join the association. So, that's what I was kind of promoting here is that when you're ready, when you're done with your classes, and you have your 3 certificates, when you're ready to apply for your examination, go ahead and pay your license fee also. Because if you
Okay.
don't, then once you pass your exam, then you have to apply for a license. If you do it at the same time, then once you walk out of that testing facility, you'll be licensed. You'll be ready to go.
And
So
does it matter what association you decide? Like, is there a specific one, or it doesn't really?
no, in fact, I was going to go over that right now. As long as we're talking about it, I was going to log on to the various ones that our brokerage is a member of. So we'll look at Tigar first.
Hmm.
And
I
that's
was gonna ask that too, Bobby. Like, how do you know about the associations? Like, what they
yeah,
offer?
just go on to their website and just kind of review it from there. And Tanya, did you have something you wanted to add?
just let them know that you do have to pick an association that Bobby is a broker to. So
oh,
give you a
Yeah.
list, get your license and ready to help with Bobby. She will give you a list because she has, Tiger. She said she has Citrus Valley. She joined when I joined. There's a
because I think, what do we have?
couple of different
East
ones. You have
Valley, Ivar,
No,
Diaz.
East Valley.
to go with one.
East Valley actually merged with TIGAR and they're
Mm-hmm.
called TIGAR now. So we're no longer members of EVAR, we're now TIGAR. But since two associations merged, I feel like they're going to offer the most. So I'm
Mm.
on the Inland Gateway Association of Realtors, also known as TIGAR. And this is the calendar of events. So they have a young professionals network. that you can become a member of. They have RLA with Joel Carlson, so they're going to go over the listing agreement with Joel Carlson on this day. They're going to have a legislative committee meeting, and you can join all sorts of different committees through your association. It's a great way to network with other agents, and it's a great way to be of service to your community. You learn a lot, and sometimes you can get in on the ground floor of new legislation that they're promoting and supporting. Because really, what your association is at the end of the day is they're lobbyists. They go to Washington and they lobby for us. They lobby for legislation that's going to push our industry into being something that you can live off of, having a pay that is livable. There's so many people trying to push and say, why are we paying agents so much? Why can't we, push the fees down? And the fact is if the fees weren't the way they are right now, we couldn't live off of it. Nobody could afford to be a real estate agent. And then where would the industry be? So our lobbyists that we pay through our fees and dues are in Washington, pushing for good legislation that's going to allow our industry to thrive and our agents to thrive and our brokers to thrive. So we really want to support that. They also give us their recommendations on how to vote on different issues. So I like that because I don't have to do the work. If there's a measure that's coming up and they say, you know what, we're voting no, that's because they've done the research and they know what way that we should vote in order for the outcome to be best for our industry. Okay. So they also have a CRMLS virtual training. That's your MLS affiliate committee meeting, a 45-hour continuing education. This is also where you get your continuing education. Once you're licensed, that license is good for 4 years. But before you can renew your license, you have to have 45 hours of continuing education. They want to make sure that you are progressing and that you're keeping up with new rules and laws. So they require continuing education. Digital signatures. This is another class, how to do digital signatures and zip forms. Board of directors meeting. Office is closed. So is ours. 2025 Housing Horizons, Economic Forecast. This is a great class. This is how you get the information that you tell your clients. When your clients ask you, what do you think is going to happen this year? If you've been to the Housing Horizons Economic Forecast meeting, then you can say, you know what, according to the economic experts in our area, X, Y, and Z is likely to happen. And look how smart that's going to make you sound. I mean, come on. This is where you get your education. Then they have another MLS virtual training, Cloud CMA. That's how to create CMAs. Those are, I can't remember what they stand for, but it's your comps report. So if somebody says, I want to know what my house is worth, then you say, you know what, let me prepare for you a comparative analysis. And this is a cloud system that's free to you because you're a member of the association, to put together the comparative analysis, and it comes out as a booklet. There's very little input that you have to make, just the property and some other things, and you're creating this beautiful analysis, this book that's like 25 pages long. It's got your resume, it's got, everything in it. So this is a class on how to create those. So that's Tigar. So now we're going to pop over to the other one that I'm a member of is IVAR, and that's the Inland Valleys Association of Realtors, and that one's in Riverside. The main office for Tigar is in Redlands. Okay, so now we're on the Inland Valleys. Let's go ahead and look at their calendar and see what they're offering. All right. Ooh, it's pretty busy. We have webinars, CRMLS, Agent Essentials, Oh, they have a monthly breakfast meeting. Those breakfast meetings are awfully nice, and they have vendors there that present, different, maybe they'll have a home inspector that's presenting. It's where you can get the recommendations of good home inspectors, good, whatever, termite inspectors, the vendors that you need when you're doing the transaction. This is how you meet them and find out everyone else's recommendation, because there's nothing worse than getting hooked up with a bad home inspector. Okay, then there's an affiliate meeting, a grievance committee, and this one actually gives you like the description of the meeting. This is really nice. Last chance live ethics class is another thing that you have to do. You have to stay up to date on your ethics training. New member orientation. As a new member, you're going to be required to go to orientation. They're going to tell you all about their association, what they offer, what your responsibilities are, all of that. Private rental boardroom reserved. Oh, somebody rented their boardroom. Let's see. They have a cloud CMA board of directors. So it looks pretty similar. How to make 100K in real estate in 90 days. That looks like a good class. Now, keep in mind when they have things like this, they are usually put on by a brokerage, because as a broker, they're trying to, you know, attract realtors to join their brokerage. So just keep that in mind. So that's how you kind of vet one association against the other and decide which association you want to be a member of. The newest one that I joined is Citrus Valley Association of Realtors. And we'll look at this one is really nice. We'll look at their calendar real quick.
So when we're trying to evaluate, is it mainly the classes that we're using as our kind of decision, or?
No, proximity to your home.
Okay.
Like Ivar is in Riverside.
Yeah.
Igar is in Redlands. Citrus Valley is located where's Citrus Valley located, Tanya?
Cucamonga is the closest one to us. You have Glendale and Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay.
So, also something to consider is, what is the median value of the homes in their area?
Okay,
You
that's a
know?
good thing.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're, Rancho Cucamonga is a really nice area.
Yeah.
Their values are pretty high.
Yeah.
And look at this calendar. It's like, you get all the flyer here, and look at how many: January 21, 21, 24, 27, 28, 29. I mean, I don't know. If I were choosing, I would choose this one. I mean, there's
I
so
was in Citrus Valley and I was in Igar and I switched because I felt like I got more from Citrus Valley when I called on the phone. Like if I had
Oh,
questions about a transaction or questions like I needed an attorney and it got me to the attorney right away. They literally are more, they answer the phone every time. Sometimes you get the ones that you never get, they will never call you back or you don't get the questions. They're just really there for their agents. And so that's why I switched over. And that's why I asked to add to ours because I wanted to stay with the same group because they were amazing.
and
So
that
I'm
was
glad
this
now
one, the Citrus Valley?
yeah,
yeah, I'm in Valley
Okay.
and I
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
Well, I
And
can
this is
see why.
Rancho, you said.
Yeah.
A lot to offer. A lot in all these classes, most of these classes were online.
Mm-hmm.
As you log into your MLS, all those classes will pop up as soon as you log on. It says, hey, do you know we have an ethics class? Hey, do you know we have a marketing class? Hey, you'll say all this, so it won't come back up or show me later or whatever. So they're always constantly reminding you when you get on your MLS that you have this class, you have that class, we have offering this, or they offer a lot. So
Okay, that's good to know.
great of us. You don't have to pay for any of it, which is part of your
Well, shoot, if we're paying a bunch to join, I would hope.
our dues is outrageous, but
You're right.
Yeah.
It
The
better
dues
be
are
worth
high.
it if we're paying outrageous rates.
Right, exactly. And some of these, there is a cost, but you get very significant discount because you're a
Yeah.
member.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would say if for any agent, not just new agents, but for any agent, try to attend or make a commitment to attend at least one training a month,
Mhm.
whether that's online, in person, or what. Try to attend one training per month because that's how you're going to stay on top of
Exactly.
the rules. That's how you're going to meet other people. You know, having a good relationship with other agents is imperative because
Mhm.
if you're writing an offer for your buyers and there's another agent writing an offer for their buyers and you have a good relationship with the listing agent,
Mhm.
likely that they're going to lean over to your offer because they
Perfect.
know you. They know
Exactly.
we're not going to have a headache in escrow,
Mhm.
because that's a very real possibility. And it looks like here they have a lot of like financial strategy for realtors. This is like stuff to help your business.
Correct.
Not necessarily how to work with the client, but how to manage your financial,
Mhm.
part of your business. So I don't know. It looks like a really good association to me, but do your own research,
Yeah.
make your decision. And then now you will apply for your membership after your license. So this is
Okay.
something you can do beforehand, like choosing your broker. You can choose your broker beforehand, but
Mhm.
this is something you'll do the next day,
Got
right?
it.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just about out of time. Do we have any other questions?
No, that was it for me. No,
No,
Okay.
No, as of right now, I don't think I have any questions.
I don't need.
Okay. Sounds
thank
good.
you.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
No questions.
Okay. Thanks, Phil.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you.
yeah, no, I don't think, no, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Then we'll call it there. And next week we'll meet again. And before we go, we have 3 minutes. So we have 3 minutes. I want to know how many chapters everyone did. So if I could get that from you, let's start with, I have at the top, Phil. Phil, how many chapters did you get done?
One chapter last week.
One chapter. Okay,
Yes.
Ashley,
Done.
you're done, huh?
Done. I need to start studying though. So, I know we've said prep agent. I know, Tanya, you shared
But I've
another
been
name with
signed
me.
up like 2 days ago.
So it's just
No,
the
No,
crash course of studying for me
no,
now.
we need what do you call that? Oh, test prep. We need a test prep class for real estate exam.
That would be nice.
No, you have to. If you don't, it's
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I
That'd
know
be
you
nice.
had Quizlet make some exams.
I know, but
Forget
it's
about
better to
Quizlet.
do a test prep class.
Yeah.
Here's one from study.com. I've never used them though. So let's see what
Hey.
else we have. DRE approved exam prep from Van Ed, License Masters, Kaplan. Um, I'd like to see online ed. I mean, then we can, the CE shop, Kaplan. You know what I better put here? California.
California.
Okay, let's do that. Prep agent.
Yeah, that's what Carla told me, and then that's what I had passed on to, I want to say Jasmine, that she said had helped her. I
Okay.
know Tanya had mentioned she listened to someone that had helped her. What was the name? I thought I wrote it down.
Okay. Well, why don't you do some research and
Yeah.
here, online ed. So this is the one we use. I didn't
Mhm.
realize they had a license exam prep. It's $99 worth every freaking penny.
Okay.
I would recommend that one.
Okay.
If you would, you know what we could do? We could buy it and then let everybody use it.
That'd be nice.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So Monday we'll go ahead and buy this and then
Okay.
Cool.
everyone can use it. Okay.
Sweet.
Practice together.
Yeah.
Have a class. Answer the question well.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So what we need right now is other more of you to finish up so that Ashley has somebody to study with.
That helps.
Well, even then, we can be studying together. I'll just be at the
Yeah,
take a test
what am
stage.
I thinking? Of course, you could still.
Because no matter what, it helps everyone.
Just time up.
Yeah.
Because even the day when we just kind of ran questions, that was helpful.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
don't, yeah.
So we can start next week by just doing the exam prep.
Okay.
100%. Okay. So let's see. Phil, Tanae, how many chapters?
Since I just got in and I'm still working my schedule around my daughter, I haven't opened one yet, but I was planning on doing it today since I don't have her today, so I have time.
Okay, good. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay.
And Sasha, how many chapters did you get done?
I'll pick back up next week. Sorry, Bobby. It was a hard week this week for me.
Okay,
I
no
wasn't
worries.
able to, but I'll pick back up next week.
Sounds good. All right. Well,
And
next week we'll have the prep agent and we'll just run questions. I think that's a good idea, starting next week.
because even Bobby, I would say, yeah, we'll do that. But what I was gonna say to them, because I learned the hard way, don't get caught up on the reading too much because it takes so long.
Yeah, maybe that's
And y'all told me that, and when I finally got over it is when I finally started moving. So yeah.
Well, that's kind of hard. I feel like I'm the type of person that feels like I need to read everything or I'm gonna miss
No,
something.
but I'm telling you, like that's how I existed for a whole entire year, and then I got screwed up and I had to take the crap all over again. So move out your own way, girl. Like
I'm
Okay.
through in the doing my continuing education. My license expires February 19th, you know, Bobby. So I'm like down to 4 more classes. There's like 10 continuing education classes. I'm down to 4 more or 3 more now.
wow.
You can't believe the one I had trouble on. The one what I didn't feel they failed the first time I took it was trust accounting. I was like, wait a minute, I do that every day. I'm not feeling this. So I had 93 the second time, but it was hilarious because I was like, what are you
I
doing?
know.
So, but
That's where you live.
if you study it, if you read everything and try to absorb everything, my books, the way I do it, they give you highlighted areas. Like they'll say, okay, remember this. They have like tests between you as you're reading. They'll give you like pointer
Mhm.
questions to remember.
oh,
Those things are the important stuff because if you, it's too much overload if you're going to
yes.
try every single
Yeah.
thing. Get the main
Okay.
points of the topic and then go on because you will be
Yeah.
reading forever.
Hey,
Forever.
I
It's
have an
Okay.
idea. Would everybody, I mean, because Ashley, Tanae, Sasha, and Tanya, you're all at the office. What if we had one day over lunch that we kind of like got together and did like an hour-long study?
I'll do it.
Oh, that would be good.
I tell
Yeah. And
I
then
have a cluttered brain too, so that would help me like
we all have cluttered brains.
you. I put
So it would have to be a day that Ashley's in. What day would work for you, Ashley?
Monday.
Monday. So let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it Monday. And I know it's going to be hard because we're going to
We're so
all
busy on
pulled in
Mondays.
many different directions. We're going to have to resist the urge. Just resist it. Shut the door and they can all pound as long as they want, but we're gonna study.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
We can do this.
We can do this.
We can.
All
I
right.
feel like, all of us here, I feel like we all have a similar motivation and like we need this on top of wanting it, but we really need it. So
Yeah, and it's good to
lean
have that
arms and
team
let's
effort
go.
to give each other the push that, somebody else might need, or, just
Yeah,
to stay focused. Because I know sometimes I can get unfocused and, I
for
have to
sure.
remind myself, like, this is what I want. I got to keep going forward,
For real. And
Yeah.
it's like when you're in the trenches with this stuff, it starts to feel overwhelming. At least for me, I don't want to speak on anyone else, but for
No,
me, like
yeah, I get the
it's
same way. I get overwhelmed and then I start to feel discouraged. And that's like
correct.
something I'm working on too.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like you think you're like, oh, I read, and then a whole entire like 6 more things open up, and it's just it starts to feel like it beats you down, but just click through, get those highlights of what honestly, like the first 2 sentences of the page you're on is really going to give you the meat of what you need to know,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
because everything else is just ridiculous detail on that particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if we can all link arms and like walk forward together, I think it'll just make us stronger and even in a better position when we're ready to actually do the work.
Right, I
It
agree.
would be super fun too if everybody could get done with the material, and schedule the test for the same day.
Oh yeah, we can all go together.
Right?
Yeah, I think that would be fun, especially if we spent the night down there.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Well, maybe that would work.
Hey,
out.
party.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so we will reconvene Monday
Okay.
and then again next Saturday. All
Sounds
right.
good.
Not Monday, we won't be there Monday.
Oh
Holiday.
yeah.
I'm
Oh.
Oh
gonna-
yeah, Martin Luther King Day.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Hey.
Okay, never
Hey.
mind. So we'll reconvene on Tuesday.
You know you love your holidays, Bobby. Don't forget your holiday. Need a
I
break.
know.
Right?
I don't know
Take
how
that
I
holiday.
forgot.
And Tanya, wherever you're going, have fun. It looks like you're going somewhere.
Oh my God, she is gonna have fun.
I'm
Are you
just
going to
in
Vegas?
Palm Springs. Like
Palm
a-
Springs. Okay.
Yeah, mountains right there.
Nice.
Oh, I heard they have a nice spa out there too. Have fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Um,
Okay.
Right.
All right, you guys, have a good weekend and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay, guys. See you on Tuesday.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend, everyone.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.